Hello, I'm gonna do a tutorial on Love Song by Lana Del Rey. This is a specific one that I wanted to do a tutorial on because there's a really fun way to play this that I have yet to see at all as a tutorial. I kind of just ended up tinkering with it. The sounds that the chords were producing that I saw online it just didn't sound great because it isn't really a guitar song. You kind of have to, sometimes the chords that the piano is playing or the instrument is playing doesn't always match on another instrument. So for example, guitar. The chords are very simple, but it just didn't sound that good. So I kind of figured out a couple things you can do to make it sound very nice and amplify the complexity of the song without doing too much. So initially, I'm going off of a little bit of memory here, so I might mess up. And also I'm missing my high E string, but I kind of like how it sounds. So your capo is on the 2nd fret, standard tuning. I don't end up needing the high string. I haven't really heard what it sounds like with it because this is the only guitar I've got right now, and I haven't replaced it. So it might sound better or it might sound worse. In that case, try to mute that high E string because it sounds pretty good without it. So we'll start off with the basic chords. The chords that it's going to tell you to play is a C. I don't really like how that sounds. I generally always bar my, not bar, but I hit that bass note, the low E. I will play the 3rd fret on the 1st string. Anytime I'm playing any song that has a C chord in it, I'm going to play it like this because this just sounds... That sound just, I feel, makes a terrific difference in the quality of how it sounds. So in this case, I also don't play the 5th string at all. I leave that open. You kind of can. It doesn't sound too bad, but I've been leaving it off. So in the 1st chord of the song, how it goes, I kind of forgot the lyrics. Is that's that C again, so it's 3 3 2, and the rest is open, and then an E minor, and then I'm gonna make that same shape that I did in the beginning, but I'm gonna move it up 2 frets. So, and this is your D, but I found this, I'm gonna go off trail for a second just because I want to explain what makes these. It's not, I don't want to just give you the chord. I want to show you that maybe next time you can do these things. How I found that was I played how I saw it online, so C, and I really don't like the D chord at all. Most of the time I just don't like how it sounds. So you can try to revert to the barred version of these chords. So almost every chord has a barred version. Your G is, your A is, hang on, I'm sorry. You know, and so for the D, it's, but I didn't like how that sounds either. But then I thought about, well, this is the same shape as a barred version of a C. And this sounds really confusing. The barred version of a C is, but that's the same shape up here. So I thought, what if I moved this shape, since this is a C, up 2 frets? Since that's what, and this just sounds really good. I love how this sounds. So that's the chord that you're gonna be playing instead of a D. So it goes. And I do play the 5th string on that one. So make your C shape down here, 3 3 2, open 1, and move it up 2 frets. 5 5 4, open 3. chords up until what would you call that? A chord, a bridge, I guess. I'm not quite sure. So then you'll know when to make that change better than I will. So it goes. So it's G, and this is, I barred. So that's an F shape moved up 2 times. And then I'm going to go down to B minor. And then it's an E. But to do that little using my ring finger and hammering on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. So it goes. And that's that C shape we made in the very beginning. And then I like to hammer on the 2nd fret again on the 4th string. So you're just doing that for the E shape and the C shape. It's just something subtle that can kind of improve the sound of it. And then it'll change, and you're going to go back up to that shape that we made earlier for the D replacement, remember? But this time it doesn't sound so good when you're doing this part of the song. So I like to keep that shape, and this is a bit of a stretch, but if you can make it, take your index finger. That's a bit of a difficult one, I'll admit. That's going to go on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So it's just these, it's 5, 5, 4, open, or I'm sorry, 5, 5, 4, 2, open. Back to that C shape. So the reason that I tell you to do that 2nd fret is because if you try to play, because it is a D that you're playing, but if you try to play the D that I showed you earlier, it just doesn't sound that good. This is a standard G. I've got 3rd fret on the low E, and then 3rd fret on the B string. And the rest is open. And you're just going to move down. So you're going to go, all comes down to me. So it goes. 3, 2, and then an F. And then you're going to move up to make your barred C. And then C minor, and then back to G, and that's the whole song. So I'll play it through a little bit. I'm not gonna do that. I don't remember it, but yeah. So I hope that you can follow along to that somewhat well, and that you give it a try, and start doing that with other songs, because it really improves the sound. You can make a really unique sound. You can turn something that someone else will play the exact same chords, and if you just figure out the tweaks to those different chords to make it sound a lot better, which is why I do that. Whenever I'm playing the G, this sounds so much more full than, I'm not a big fan of that. This sounds so, I don't know, so much nicer, as well as the C. And especially, I think the real thing that I was glad to have discovered is the difference that the D can make if you make that C shape and just, that sounds this compared to, can change the song. So yeah, I hope you can follow.